Hello everyone! Since my last video that I recorded on 22nd February, as far as I remember, some time has passed. And at that time I was 99.9% sure, as well as most people that I know in Ukraine, they were all sure that it was not possible for Russia to invade Ukraine. I wanted to tell you my thoughts about that, and I even almost recorded a video why it would never happen, but on 24th of February at 4 o'clock in the morning we woke up when our air raider was destroyed by Russians. In that video I wanted to tell you why Russia would never invade Ukraine, and if you want to hear my thoughts about it, please let me know in comments. I will record such video, but as far as I understand right now, it is not that important at the moment. As of 24th February, life of every Ukrainian has changed dramatically. It was just unbelievable that in Europe in 21st century it was possible such war. It was just unbelievable. When Kharkiv was bombed, when Kharkiv was attacked by rockets, Kharkiv, a city where everybody spoke Russian and where people used Belgorod airport to fly to other destinations, where half of people of Kharkiv were involved in some sort of business with Russia. When Kharkiv was attacked, it was just unbelievable. So when Kharkiv was bombed, when Kiev was attacked by a rocket, and when Russian troops were sent to attack Kiev, we understood that it was a real war. And that was really scary at that time. Really scary. All plans that people had at that time just vanished in one day, vanished in 1 hour. That feeling of uncertainty was killing everyone. You are not and you cannot be of any control of any situation. That's awful situation. That's a very scary situation. And sincerely, I wish that none of you experienced this feeling. That was really scary. In one day, our neighbor, whom we considered our friend and actually as a family member, became our fierce enemy. And I think this will be for many years, maybe even for centuries from now on. Many men who had military experience joined army. Those men who had not military experience, as well as women, they started to volunteer. Those volunteers helped people who were in need and helped army, of course. At that moment, many people needed help. Economy just stopped. A lot of people just lost their jobs, and by about 2 weeks after this war started, when people lost their jobs, people started to experience need in food because there were no jobs and people could not earn any money, so they just needed help from somewhere. A lot of animals were thrown out on the streets because people were evacuating and they were just throwing out animals. Criminals that robbed houses started to do that again, and because many people left, we had a lot of such robberies, especially during first month after the war started. So a lot of problems arose out of nowhere. As of 25th February, I remember that cold winter Friday, we started to volunteer. Animal shelter that I helped and supported, I told you about that in my previous video, called me and asked for help in that morning of 25th February. That shelter usually had space for about 100 dogs and about 200 or 250 cats. But in the morning of 25th February, there were about 500 dogs and more than 1,000 cats. It was a real nightmare, as those dogs and cats were kept on coming and coming. People were evacuating and they were just throwing out their animals just like that. Really awful. We were helping this animal shelter at that time, and we negotiated with Odessa Zoo as well as with international organizations that provided help to get food for those animals, to get medicine for those animals, and we were seeking also other volunteers that could just help us. It took us about 2 weeks to get this all rolling. We got in touch with international organizations, and with help of Odessa Zoo, we finally managed to save the situation. And we helped by that time more than 3,000 dogs and about 5,000 cats. So we were very happy. On 9th March, I was invited by my friend to a monastery that helped people in need. And I recorded one video and told you my opinion about monasteries and about priests. But what I saw changed my opinion from then on. And I would not believe if I had not seen it by my own eyes. Monastery and priests were indeed helping people who were in need. I wouldn't believe that, because everything that was coming into the monastery was sent to help those people in need. By the time when I came there, monastery helped about 60 people every day. They were feeding them and they were finding used clothes and thermal underwear for them, because it was really cold at that time. We managed to get in touch with several international organizations. We started to work with shops that were working at that time, with gas stations. By raising donations, we, after about 1.5 months, started to feed over 500 people each day. And a lot of people needed help. A lot of people needed food at that time. And a lot of people still now need food, but it is summertime and it's a little bit easier now. But in winter time, in early spring, that help was indeed needed to many people. After that was all rolling in the monastery, I joined another group of volunteers that helped people from occupied territories. Those people who lost their homes on occupied territories and came to Odessa to seek shelter. I cannot even describe how difficult it was psychologically to help such people. People from war zone that lost their homes, apartments, that lost everything. And they came to Odessa to seek help. It was really difficult. And those people needed a lot of help. We helped those people with restoring the documents, because they ran away without passports, without anything. They just took children, maybe 2 or 3 coats, and that's it. And they ran away. Many people were like that. Real disaster, and it's a real tragedy for thousands, maybe tens of thousands of Ukrainian families. With help from international organizations and volunteers abroad, we developed a system how to help these people. But people needed like food, they needed clothes, they needed pillows, they needed blankets, and so on and so on and so on. So we didn't know how to help them, but with help of international organizations as well as volunteers from abroad, we managed to get this system rolling. It is a continuous problem because many people run away from those territories where war is coming, and we continue to help these people as well. And another group of volunteers that I am trying to help is to find medicine to those people who really need that medicine, and to help those people who are sick, who are really sick. And it is another huge problem, really huge problem, because there is not lack of medicine, but there is lack of organizations that would want to help, that would want to give this medicine on a volunteer basis. I knew that pharmaceutical companies were just about business, but after I joined this organization and after I helped those people, it was a real mess. Now I understand that all pharmaceutical companies are just about business, not about helping other people, not about curing other people. It's just bloody business, just bloody money. They would not help anyone, they would invent anything just to sell those medicals, earn as much money as possible. Unfortunately, this was always like this, as I think, but finding out about this and getting to know that for sure was a little bit painful when I found that out. So we developed a register which person needs which medicine, how soon he needs it, and on this basis we try to help as much as we can. Unfortunately, sometimes our help cannot be as fast as it is needed, but we're trying our best on this. Of course, we cannot help everyone who needs help, but I thank many people who helped, many my clients who helped us. I especially thank George from Carmel, California, that sent us a really big donation and helped quite a lot, and who helped to feed people in the monastery, who helped 23 people to get insulin when they need it, and who helped 9 families with multiple kids to buy necessary clothing, to buy food for babies, and so on and so on. Thanks, George, very much. Church will be praying about you on continuous basis, as I told you. Also, I would like to thank John and Jerry from New York and New Jersey, Matt and Melinda from New York for your help, Steve from Philadelphia, and Michael from Chicago. Your help was really on time, and you helped really a lot of people. Thank you very much. These are all my clients whom I thank and to whom I will be grateful. Thank you all who emailed me and who wrote me letters of support. Sorry I didn't reply to all of you. I really had no time. I didn't have good connection to internet, and I mostly replied to those emails that proposed some help. So sorry, but I read all your messages, and thank you all for your words of support. I must say here that those people who would want to help people in Ukraine should be very careful where they are sending those donations, because many organizations are just scammers here. And I came upon many such people and many such organizations while I was doing volunteer job. Government do not have enough resources now because of the war to find such organizations that scam people and scam on those donations and on those voluntary help. So you should try to know whom you are sending those donations, and you have to trust those people. If you do not know whom you are sending those donations, if you do not trust the person to whom you send those donations, just don't send anything, because most probably it will be just a scam, and those money would just go into those people's pockets and would not help anyone. I didn't plan to record this session, but I think there will be questions from you. If any one of you would want to help Ukraine, would want to help feed homeless and poor people, would want to help people from occupied territories that lost their homes, apartments and everything, or maybe would want to help with medicine to people who really need those medicine, or maybe help homeless animals that became homeless after people evacuated from Ukraine, you can send your donations by PayPal at my email address. Those who would want to send something by MoneyGram or by Western Union, please drop me email and I will give you all the necessary details. If you are sending something by PayPal, please indicate it in the description to whom you would want to help. And once again, if you do not trust a person or organization, do not send any money, because there is really a lot of scam going on in this volunteer field, and scam started actually after the war started. So just if you do not trust to whom you are sending this money, just don't send anything. Those of you who have been worrying about me, you don't have to worry. I am staying now in my summer house. I will stay here for about a week. I am really tired from volunteer work and I need some recuperation, let's say. And I have a lot of things to do in my summer house as well. So I will stay here for about a week and then I will return to all the volunteer work. But I begin to work for Odessa 007 detective agency again. 4 months of volunteering just sucked me into this so much that I didn't have any time to work, but I start to work again now. Before war, I had many plans for videos. I had like an agenda that videos would be recorded like till the end of the year and maybe till the end of next year as well. But when war started, I thought that all plans are over and there would be nothing to talk about. But nevertheless, scam from ladies is going on. I still have 2 people on advisor package, and those 2 clients were tried to be scammed by Ukrainian ladies, even though they were on advisor package, and they continue to stay on this advisor package right now. But thanks to them, I know what to talk about. So there is still scam going on from Ukrainian ladies, and I already have an idea of what to record my next videos about. However, if you have any questions, please ask in the comments to this video and give me ideas for my next videos about scam in Ukraine. As I understood, scamming from ladies would never stop, so my videos will be useful for you. Thank you all once again who were worried about me, who were worried about Odessa and about Ukraine in general. Thank you all who supported and helped us. We really appreciate everything, every donation, every cent that you donated to us. Please feel free to ask questions in comments to this video. Do not forget to like this video and to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. Those who need my personal help, please do not hesitate to email me anytime at my email address. I am always glad to help those people who really need help. And once again, if you want to donate any money to Ukraine to help support people who are in need, or maybe to help animals, you can do so by PayPal at my email address as well. In the meantime, I wish you all to stay healthy, wealthy, and I hope you never experience such situation that happened to us in Ukraine. I would also add here, I wish you all peace. Much peace, if it is possible to say like that. And till my next video.